Alright, so this is Chimera Destroy All Monster Girls. This is a 2D action platformer type game. Oh yeah, quick introduction. This is a demonstrative review where I'm going to demonstrate how the game is played while I talk about it in a review type fashion. So let's go ahead and just get into any one of these three file slots I've got already at the end of the game. Let's go ahead, go to the normal default costume. These are different costumes you can get throughout the game. This last one here is actually DLC, $1, I think. The game itself is free on Steam and also on the creator's website, I believe. If you want a non-DRM version, you know, of course. But yeah, the game is free. It's a pretty fun game. Let's go ahead and go through. This is the first level of the game. I should probably go into the options here and turn off the percentile. There we go. We'll come back to the game options a little later. First, I want to talk about how the game is played. So you got your left and right movement as normal. You do have a timer at the top of the screen, but the time means nothing. It is literally only for records. If you want to do a little faster or not, see how well you did. But yeah, you've got your regular punch attack, which is on Xbox controller, it's the X button. Well, actually, no. I shouldn't even bother about control options because the controllers are completely customizable. But yeah, you got your regular attack, you've got a heavy attack. The fireball is an upgrade I got, otherwise it's just a heavy punch. And then you have a dash attack. Those are your basic moves. And oh, of course, you've got a jump and a double jump. And in fact, you can jump several times in the air. In fact, I think you can jump indefinitely technically, but you lose height. Like, after you do have a variable jump height, so if you tap the jump button, you'll jump like that high. If you hold it, you'll jump that high. And then if you press the jump a second time, you will gain a little bit of height, as you see there. But then every other time after that, you kind of lose height off of it. So you can't jump upward infinitely or anything. And yes, there is money. That was an enemy I just knocked over. So the story of this game is that pirates just invaded the island. And you're tasked with getting the treasure. Well, the pirates came and attacked the island and stole treasure. And you're tasked with getting it back. And that includes beating up bugs sometimes. What's great about this game is that if you... Okay, that's not really the selling point, but there are like secrets in this game to get. If you see here, there's like a discolor on the wall, which means if you attack it, you can find a secret. And there's extra money in here. There was actually originally a fairy, which is something that you see on my game completion over there on the far right. The 25 out of 25, there are little fairy creatures locked in cages that you can pick up to collect for the fairy queen, because I guess the pirates stormed in and captured them and stuff. Anyway. Oh yeah, these are checkpoints. You just walk by this lady and she'll change the sign from check to point, and you can talk to her. So she'll like give you little comments about the level or tips on how to play. So that's great. Oh yeah, I guess I can press F1. There's a little sampling of your control options. Not that it really helps too much. But yeah, those are the things. I'm using a controller, actually, so the keyboard information doesn't necessarily help, but it gives you an idea of what kind of moves you have. The controller itself, I think this isn't the best order to do things in, but I can at least get you through it all. The controls here, as you can see, the gamepad, I guess it does have gamepad support in a way, but it wasn't like normal. Like, it doesn't recognize my gamepad. It's recognizing X input from my Xbox 360 wired controller knockoff. But yeah, you tell it to, you just Oh, crap. I just messed that up. I just messed that up. Here we go. Alright, up, down, left, right. Jump, attack, strong attack, and dash punch. And then pause. Those are the only buttons you really need to do everything. So, let's get into some more moves you can do. Like I said, there's a strong punch. So, strong punch basically counts as like 2 hits. So like a regular hit takes like 3 hits to get rid of this guy, but if he's a strong punch, well, it also had the fireball on it, so that's a little bit of an upgrade of a 3rd hit. Maybe you see that discolored wall right there? There is a notebook. That is another collectible. There's 38 notebooks in the game. Those, we'll get to town and I'll demonstrate what those are. Oh yeah, so dash is great because I guess I should note that you do bounce off of enemies when you dash. So there is that. You bounce off walls too. You can like almost infinitely bounce against the wall here if you let me see if my turbo button works. Okay, so you do drop a little tiny little bit. This is with a turbo button on, so that is literally the fastest you can mash the button. So yeah, that's just the dash button if you use that against the wall, which is good for finding secrets. You know, if you have a secret against the wall, you know, you want to like tap it. But yeah, the dash will take you over pits. You can use it in the air. I should probably be on the next screen for that. Yeah, you can use it in the air, so you can kind of go back and forth if you want. I really like the movement in this game. Oh yeah, and that this high jump is an ability that you get, which I do by holding up and jump. So is the down and regular attack, ground pound. Oh, that's a different move. That I believe is an upgrade that you get. So it's kind of like Mega Man in that when you defeat a boss of an area, you get an ability. One of them is the high jump. I believe one of them is the ground pound. Another one. Oh yeah, that fireball only comes out when at full health. Another one is this. Is this chest? So what it is? It's like a ground pound. It's down in heavy attack, and it'll just drop you down. I never really. I go through the whole game usually and never use this move. I don't find it too great. There is another upgrade that you get. It's just up and strong attack, and it's this little anchor that comes out of your arm. And this is also kind of situational. I will use this occasionally, more so than this. But yeah, this also has limited uses, especially since when you get the jump, it acts as an attack when you go up. There's another checkpoint. So yeah, that is an attack. So you can hurt enemies with that. Oh yeah, another... So besides bosses, there are also other stages that don't have bosses, but they're like little quick stages that also give you an ability. Kind of like... never mind. Like Shovel Knight has like those little quick stages that just test you on stuff. So I get this ability where my ground pound will make secrets flash like that. You see that? You can already see that this is a breakable wall because of the discoloration. But as you saw when I did my ground pound, it made it flash. Now here's the thing, not all secrets are revealed that way. So for example, because there's not a breakable wall in this room, you don't see anything happen. But this discolored wall is actually something you can just walk through. It's not a wall at all. It's just the background. So this doesn't necessarily give away all secrets. You do have to keep your eyes open still for just stuff in the scenery. And because of the crazy nature of the movement, you can probably guess that yes, there are. That's why the timer is there, because speed running this game is definitely something that the game itself encourages later on. Whoops. So yeah, I guess I could mention the nature of the enemies is that they do like turn around, like those bugs will turn around when you hit them. These little health items or pickups. I believe this is the boss, actually. Yeah. So there are some story bits that go on. Because I've already fought this boss before, the story bit doesn't repeat. I'm just gonna wail on this one real quick. Also, you only start the game with 4 hearts. The other hearts that I have are upgrades. And so yeah. So the treasure in this game, it's interesting because as you see there, I got the 97% treasure and I got a B rank for that. Treasure itself in this game is not a currency because, you know, the treasure it belongs to the islanders. The pirates just came in and stole their treasure collectively, and by beating out the pirates, they drop the treasure and you're trying to get the treasure back. So you don't keep the treasure per se for story reasons, but the treasure does determine your rank. So if you get like 100% or more of the treasure to collect in the level, then you get the A rank. Anything below that, you get like a B or C or D. So let's go ahead and go to town here. So here's some of the islanders. And yeah, there are like notebooks and stuff to collect in here. I'll go ahead and jump ahead. To, whoops, secrets. I want to jump ahead to, what was I going to go see? Oh wait, I passed it, that's why. Whoops. Yeah, you press up to talk to people, so you can sometimes do that. I just accidentally did that because I was trying to go up. That cat up there, that's who I'm trying to see. So when you collect notebooks, not only does it add to your completion percentage, but you can come talk to this cat and you can review any of those notebooks that you got. So as you can see right here, the character you play as is a Khimera, just basically created at the very beginning of the game, and it's funny, this game has a sense of humor because the scientist guy was creating you to be just like a house cleaning kind of creature, but the pirates are suddenly attacking, and so the someone else just says, can't you do anything to make her more like combat capable? And so like, okay, we'll just stick a golem arm on her. And so that's why you have that giant arm on the side. But yeah, so yeah, there's a bunch of people in here, you know, you got like the enemies and stuff. So yeah. And of course, you can also quit to title or exit stage whenever you want. So if you enter a level, you can just exit the stage. So yeah, there are these main boss levels that are kind of longer. Like you see, my top time is 3 minutes. My top time here is a minute. Well, that's the starting level. But there's also these side levels. Like this one's only took me about a minute to do. That like this is the main level again, and then this is another side level, less than a minute. Main level. So you complete the main levels. The side levels are actually all locked until you find like a special switch that's in the main levels. There's 4 main levels with abilities that you get. The side levels also have abilities. At least 2 of them do. Actually, I think they might all, but I'm not sure what you get. Like you get your abilities. Your main abilities from playing the main levels. Like that's an ability. That's a side level ability. That's a main level ability. Main level. This is from a trade quest reward. This is a treasure magnet, which you get from a trade quest within the town. So the treasure does not automatically draw to you in normal play. That's an ability that I got for that. And then this is the ground pounder one. That's the fire shoot. Wait, what was this? That's that. Oh, that's my charge shot. So yeah, some of these are from the side levels, some of them are from the main levels. But yeah, if you go into any of these levels, this is my charge shot. I hold the attack button down. Just charge that up. So, what else to say? I've gone over the controls. There are achievements in the game, of course. Achievements are, if you've listened to my other recent reviews, achievements are fine as long as they're fun. I did all these just fine. I think they were all... Yeah, these were all just like things you would do as you 100% the game anyway. So I like the achievements in this game. They're all very doable. Nothing too crazy. The options are very nice. You got so the dash itself can be done by either pressing up and attack, or you can press to the side twice with type B, but I prefer to have that off because I don't want my inputs to be messed up. I just have a separate button for my dash attack that I use. That's my preferred way to do it. You can turn on and off checkpoints, adjust the volumes, change the screen size. I have it on full screen, of course. Cursor, you can have your mouse cursor visible. There's my mouse cursor. You can have that game percentage on and off, of course, as you noticed. This does more than just show my completion in the bottom right. It also shows the collectibles at the top right, or on the right side of the screen there. So as you collect the things in the level, you can see what you have and haven't gotten. And then that does help you if you're still searching for secrets. That does help because they're grouped. Like the top one is the switch that you use to unlock the side level. The second one is food, which gives you, it's a special food you get from this gourmet gal, who, when you get that, that's when it increases your heart total. And then you got the 3 fairies, those are all locked in cages, and then you got 4 notebooks. So the 3 fairies will be in order of the level, so if you get like the second one first, that means the first one was earlier in the level. But not all the fairies are before all the notebooks, if that makes sense. And I believe you can exit the stage at any time, even if you haven't beaten it before. Like I said, there are alternate costumes. This one in particular, you get from, you can't just switch, like all these other costumes you can switch to in the middle of the level. But that one in particular, this one you get from rescuing all the fairies, which unlocks Berserk mode, which you deal triple damage, but it halves your defense, so you take twice as much damage. But if you see next to my rank down there on the level, there are 3 things. The first one, that Flaming Fist, that is you beat the level on Berserk mode. The second one is you just beat the level without dying. And then the third one is the A rank. So I should mention, actually, let's go ahead and go into this castle level. When you do die, there is, so like I said before, let me just see. So when you collect treasure, I'm just going to be really sloppy here and get hit a lot. When you collect treasure, it adds to your cash money up there. But when you die, as soon as I get hit a couple more times, there you go. When you die, you lose treasure. Not all your treasure. You will lose all the treasure right now because I just started low. I haven't hit any checkpoints. But then, so that's the penalty for dying. When you restart a checkpoint, you will retain some of your treasure, but not all of it, of course. So if you just want to beat the game, you can totally do that by just going through the game in normal. And you don't have to worry about treasure. You can just continue after every checkpoint. And I guess you would want to turn off checkpoints if you're going for A rank, because then you just want to restart the level anyway. Maybe. I think it's still possible to get A rank. You just have to have a lot of treasure. I think it's still possible. What I'm saying there is I think it's still possible to get A rank with using a checkpoint. But you just have to make sure you have all the treasure. So yeah, there are a lot of upgrades to your character which get you to the state that I am in now. But that is not all. So I've gone over pretty much everything except for one last thing. So in the extras, you can go to the credits, of course. Race mode lets you play the whole game start to finish. And it's basically just a time trial mode. You can just play through the whole game it skips all the story bits for you. And they have the same thing in Berserk mode. It's just Berserk Race. So you start the game in Berserk mode, which means you take twice as much damage and you only have 4 hearts. So it's a lot more difficult to get started. But yeah, I believe there was an achievement for beating the game within a certain amount of time. Either maybe on or off Berserk mode. Let's see if we can check that real quick. Let's just go to the bottom here. Berserk mode with 10 or fewer deaths. That's what it was. So Berserk mode is not about time. It's just if you can beat it dying less than 10 times. And then clear regular race mode in under 33 minutes? Wow. I did that. So yeah, you can beat the game in 33 minutes if you know what you're doing. But yeah, I mean, it's like a Mega Man or Shovel Knight where the game is technically short, but there's lots to it to master it. It's fun. But yeah, one last thing. Harvest event. So this, I think it's unlocked maybe after you beat the game. But yeah, it's just like one extra level to do where it's like Halloween themed. So that's cool. You can go through the game. There's it's basically just one more big level. And you just go through it and you got this Halloween outfit on. So yeah. Oh, it doesn't let you play it in Berserk mode, but you can still change your outfit, it looks like. So yeah, that is Khimera Destroy All Monster Girls. It gets that title from the fact that all the bosses are these monster girl characters. I mean, and you yourself are a monster girl, I guess. So yeah. It's not that every single character in the game is a monster girl, as you saw in the town. The Starfish is probably a guy. That Ghost is probably a guy. He's got his mustache. This guy's a guy. This is a guy. So yeah, there's totally guys in the game, not just all girls. But yeah, that is the game. If you have any questions about the game, please ask in the comments below. I definitely recommend this game. It's a lot of fun. Again, it is free on Steam and on the Creators. It's a free game, and I believe the soundtrack is also free on Bandcamp. It's a pay what you want kind of deal. But yeah, I can't think of anything else to say. I just think it's a great game. Full recommendation. And if you thought this review was helpful, please give the video a like, share it with someone, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!